Hey all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are dialing in from. Myself Kanna, part of the product management team here at Informatica. Super excited to be here today and share my thoughts on how quickly we can realize the value of data using data ops principles. We will also briefly discussing on ML ops and FinOps principles as well in today's webinar. Without any further delay, let's jump in.
This is a product safe harbor statement. The content that we will be discussing today is more for informational purposes only. Before I get into the details, let me give you a brief background on the data ecosystem landscape and some of the trends that we see today in the market. As we all know, data is everywhere and it has got great potentials. Cloud had literally removed the infrastructure and the technology barriers to get started. No wonder we see a huge uptick in the organization adopting and moving to the cloud. Organizations today are becoming more and more data driven. In fact, every data persona is consuming the data and using them for their day-to-day decision making and activities. Data not only powers their analytics environment, but also it helps you to build new customer engagement models and experiences, thereby delivering innovation in everything they do. It makes digital transformation possible and a reality, unlocking and revealing new opportunities. I have put some stats here, which shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, and all these stats looks exciting. As you can see, the data is growing exponentially along with the simplified and accessibility of AI/ML, which is giving rise to more and more use cases. But there are always challenges. In reality, we see only very few organizations are progressing in their digital transformation journeys. AI and ML initiative success rate is also very less. You can see there are a lot of challenges faced by these fusion data teams. There is also a huge loss due to the bad quality of data. The cloud spends surprisingly is increasing by many folds, even with the organization who are just getting started. 80% of the CIOs have stated that they are yet to achieve the business benefits of moving to the cloud. So why is this happening? Despite of great people with great skill set, great tools and technologies and great investments, still enterprises are facing a lot of challenges to make their data initiatives successful. So before we get into see how we can solve these challenges, let me give you an analogy. I like history. Let me draw an analogy with the manufacturing industry and how they solved the similar challenges during the times of industrial revolution, which kind of disrupted the entire ecosystem. The era of industrial revolution like cloud removed many barriers such as energy, and then it also invented machines which can do mass production, etc., and opened up a great opportunities. But there were challenges, including inefficiencies, wastage, resource wastages, etc. To improve the productivity and to gain operational excellence and deliver more value, these industries came up with the things such as automation of assembly lines, new methodologies, principles, and processes such as lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, Kaizen, etc. So what was the result? They were able to make a breakthrough. And today, as you know, that around 80 million cars have been producing on a yearly basis. In a nutshell, let's try to apply a similar lens for our problem of deriving value out of data. Today, organizations' data ecosystem is very complex. Today, organizations run multitude of data and analytics initiatives. Often, these initiatives operate in silos and are handled by different expert teams with disjoint development life cycles. Because of the integration complexities across these tools, organizations suffer poor SLAs like slow time to market, environment inconsistencies, release challenges, expert dependencies on their day-to-day operations, etc. For us to derive value out of data, we need to bring in people, process, and technology together in a form of ops to get the maximum, exploit the maximum potential out of data and make the best use of the infrastructure and technological advancements. With this background, what I will do is I'll introduce what is data ops. So what is data ops? In simple terms, data ops is not a tool or a technology. It is more of an approach that applies an agile development, DevOps, lean manufacturing principles to the development and operations of data-driven applications. So think of data ops as applying those the processes and principles that we applied during the manufacturing revolution to the world of data and the data domain in order to derive maximum value out of data. Data ops provides greater automation, agility over the full lifecycle management of data pipelines in order to streamline the operations and derive maximum value. The key pillars of data ops include agile, lean, automation, observability, and collaboration. So there are several key components behind these key pillars, such as orchestration, which refers to how do I sequence and automate various steps within my data application. It also includes the capabilities such as scheduling, how do I track the data flow, lineage, and so on and so forth. The second another key component is observability. Observability is more on ensuring that everything runs well and the ability to fully understand the health of the data in the complete ecosystem throughout its life cycle. And another key component is around the environment management, which ensures that you have the right environment for the right use case at the right time. It also includes capabilities such as infrastructure as code, how you can automatically provision and maintain and then remove the environment when it is not being used. It also includes about the scaling, tuning, and so on and so forth. Deployment automation, this could be very familiar for a lot of you. This is like the favorite CI/CD or the DevOps capabilities, which is kind of subset of data ops, which ensures that whatever the changes that you make to the application or the software, that gets continuously integrated and continuously deployed into the production system so that we get maximum value out of it. This includes things like version control, managing release pipelines, approvals, rollback, recovery, and so on and so forth. Testing is another very key pillar of data ops. So test automation includes the automation of test cases, also the business rule validation of various data-driven application, and also ensuring that all the test cases pass through before you migrate or move the data applications into production. Let's look at some benefits of data ops. Data ops benefits consumers so that they get the right data at the right time with the right trust so that they can use it without any fear, and then they can use it within any of their downstream application in the form that they want to use. It also benefits the data managers so that they can directly provision and provide the data that their consumers are looking for. And observability helps them to manage and maintain and also try to optimize cost and improve efficiencies on the complete life cycle of data management application. So in nutshell, data ops accelerates organizational speed and trust in delivering value out of data and its related artifacts. With agility and automation, you can reduce a risk, increase opportunities for data to be used to solve a variety of different use cases. Overall, it improves the timeliness and effectiveness of various data-reliant activities such as BI, data science, and operational data use cases, etc. Of course, it increases the productivity of every data persona. So these are some of the metrics that we can use to measure the benefits of data ops. For example, time to market. So how soon we were able to provide the data that for the data consumers. Of course, productivity, how soon we were able to build this data pipelines that were used to drive these data management application. Of course, data quality, which is very key component, and service tickets, how many service requests that we were able to fulfill. And then the error rates, right? It could be code errors or data integrity errors, how much we were able to reduce, And of course, the FinOps or the financial governance, which takes into account of all the benefits that we got, how that is getting translated into a dollar amount, and same way the business impact, again, this could also be measured with dollar amount. This is Informatica point of view of data ops. An end-to-end data application is a multi-step process. Managing its full lifecycle involves data pipeline orchestration, observability, testing, versioning, labeling, deployments, approvals, managing environments, and so on and so forth. Today, organizations are predominantly managing these DevOps capabilities manually through data engineering efforts by throwing more people to do these activities, or by using some custom built applications or solutions. There are also vendors who are providing like a point solutions for one of the data ops capabilities, such as say orchestration or observability or deployment automation, etc. These point solutions create complexities and bring in more challenges instead of providing value. Informatica provides Informatica Data Management Cloud, the industry's first and most comprehensive AI-powered cloud-native data management solution. IDMC is powered by CLAD, our metadata AI-driven technology that empowers you to automate thousands of manual tasks and augment the human activity with the decisions, recommendations, insights, and so on and so forth. With IDMC, you have not only have the breadth and depth of the capabilities, but also these data ops capabilities are embedded within our platform. With continuous integration capabilities, enabling you to integrate, operationalize data applications quickly. With continuous delivery capabilities, you will be able to design and automate the data delivery pipelines and self-service data delivery for your data consumers. With continuous operations, we provide intelligent observability, which in turn ensures that everything is running as expected and you don't face any surprises. Our data management cloud provides our customers with proven, scalable, modern cloud data architecture that enables them to turn data into actionable insights in no time. It addresses the challenges that we discussed by providing a unified, agile, fully automated and collaborative environment for all the data personas for solving all their data-driven use cases. As you can see, all the key components that are required for data ops have been baked into our platform. Some of the examples have been mentioned in this slide. For example, for orchestration, like Informatica has got a built-in orchestration capabilities, both in the form of a task flow as well as in a form of cloud application integration, which can help to orchestrate APIs. We have also provided the built-in components for providing human intervention just in case like approval workflow during the orchestration process. We do have that capability built in within our platform. In terms of observability, we provide observability across all the three key layers of today's modern data-driven enterprise, which is business, business, data, and infrastructure, so that in case if your cost is say overshooting, you will come to know immediately. If your data quality issues drops in, you will come to know immediately. If your infrastructure, if your servers are getting down or getting overwhelmed with a lot of requests, you will come to know proactively, and it doesn't just tell you an alert or a notification, but what it also does, it helps you to auto heal, and it also tries to auto scale wherever possible based on the different use cases. And also it provides a robust environment management, which means like you can spin up sandbox very quickly, and you can use your own Kubernetes cluster if you have one. We provide advanced serverless capabilities out of the box. And we also have a simplified and automated wizard-driven compute provisioning for our cloud ecosystem. And we also do all the major security certification for our cloud ecosystems. And we can also integrate with ecosystem-specific vault, which is used to store some of the sensitive attributes. And we also provide the built-in CI/CD capabilities, all the APIs for automation, and built-in and native integration for several third-party version control systems like GitHub, Bitbucket, and so on and so forth. And we also integrate with the cloud ecosystems, DevOps, such as Azure DevOps, GitHub Actions, and so on and so forth. About test automation, we provide out of the blocks the cloud data validation option, which allows you to validate your data before you move into the next set of steps in order to derive value out of it. In summary, Informatica IDMC, or Intelligent Data Management Cloud Platform, not just provides the depth and breadth of capabilities of data management, starting from data integration, data quality, metadata, governance, and so on and so forth, but it also have this data ops principle, which is completely baked into the product, so that you don't have to really buy another point solution in order and then make it to work with different tools and capabilities, or you don't have to really go ahead and build these custom solutions or do these tasks manually. And all of these are powered by our AI/ML engine, which is CLAIRE, which takes the petabytes amount of metadata that we have in our cloud, and this has been carefully trained in order to derive value and to provide maximum productivity improvements, especially tailor-made for various different data management use cases. As you can see, these are the three pillars of data ops from our point of view: continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous operation. And all these three pillars work in tandem in order to provide you a continuous value out of data from our platform.
Cool. Now let's switch gears and discuss about another very popular topic on MLOps. So what is MLOps, right? As we all know, it's not that easy to get a AML project into production and derive value out of a machine learning model. Like what we saw in a previous section on how data ops help to continuously derive value out of data, ML ops is something very similar, where it is helping you to derive continuous value out of your machine learning model. ML ops stands for machine learning operations, where MLOps is a core function of a machine learning engineering focused on streamlining the process of taking the machine learning models to production and then maintaining it, monitoring it, so that you get the value out of it without any issues. MLOps is essentially more of an automation of all these steps that are involved in the machine learning lifecycle. As we all know, once the machine learning problem or a business goal is defined, then the steps, there are multiple steps involved in order to get the machine learning model into production. Like the first step is around data processing, which involves data collection, data quality, data wrangling, pre-processing, and so on and so forth, including feature engineering and things like that. And once the data is properly pre-processed, then the second step is around the model development, where this data is being used for training different algorithms, doing different kind of experimentation, so that eventually we can build a machine learning model that is as per the requirements. And once the model is built as per the requirements, then the model is being deployed so that the other applications can consume it. So it doesn't end there. Once after deployment, the model has to be continuously monitored so that you don't get into the problems of drifts, where the model starts behaving weirdly and not giving the desired output as the time progresses. And again, in the machine learning lifecycle, it is not just the one-time activity. Some of these steps are kind of iterative and then go from one place to another place, right? And MLOps is nowadays is a very popular and followed by many enterprises for their AI/ML initiatives. And from our point of view, we have broken down all these different steps of ML ops into three different categories, which is prepare and build, deploy and consume, and monitoring and alert. So how is MLOps and data ops are related? As we all see, MLOps is kind of very much dependent on the data. In fact, the data preparation or the pre-processing step is one of the most crucial step in determining the value that the machine learning model is going to provide. And with the concepts like data-centric AI, where you derive better accuracy by modifying your the training and test data rather than tuning your models is becoming so and so popular, and it proved to be more fruitful than tuning the model, right? So with all of that, the data is very important for any machine learning projects, and data ops, as we saw, provides this robust or the trusted data for the machine learning processes and ensure that it is available to the complete ML ops lifecycle in an automated fashion. So ML ops kind of goes hand in hand with data ops. Let's now see how Informatica helps in ML ops capabilities. As you know, Intelligent Data Management Cloud kind of helps in all the critical phases that are involved in making any machine learning project successful. The way we see is the three critical components that are required for the success of any AI ML project is the data ops. So IDMC provides an integrated data ops. Informatica, being a leader in the cloud data integration space, provides all the different data integration, data quality, and data prep capabilities at scale, which are required for any kind of data wrangling, data preparation activities that are required for machine learning lifecycle. And Informatica also newly launched a service called as InfraCore, which is more of a headless data management service, which we'll see more in the subsequent slide. And also Informatica provides integrated operationalization capability. When I say operationalization, it refers to the second step where it helps you to automatically deploy a machine learning model and then help to get it consumed from any different downstream applications. And with AI, the main thing is about the AI, the responsible AI or ethical AI, which you may have heard multiple times, which is one of the very key component in any machine learning or AI projects. So with integrated governance, any business will have the insights into how this model being used, whether it is having any bias, and also ensuring that the model is used for the right purposes and not deviating from the original requirement. Let's now discuss few of the key innovations that Informatica has done on the MLOps space. The first one is on about InfraCore. So basically, InfraCore is a intelligent headless data management service, which is more catered to all these low-code developers. Basically, it provides all the innovations, all the abstractions, all the simplifications that are available to our customers in the no-code platform. It brings all of them to these developer persona. What that means is now the developers within their own programming interfaces, within their favorite IDEs, they can solve some of the complex data management challenges with the power of IDMC. So InfraCore is not a brand new product per se. It is an API layer on top of our existing IDMC platform. What that means is all the innovations, it's all time tested, and it has proven to be operating at scale. And all these is now available via the programming wrappers, which we call as SDKs, where we have abstracted all these APIs and provide a simplified function, so that now a complex 1,000 lines of code that you will have to otherwise write can be replaced by this simple InfraCore function. And we also provide extensions, and for data science community especially, we provide extension to Jupyter Lab Notebook interface, which kinds of helps you to auto-generate some of these code, which is further improving the developer productivity. And the three key pillars of InfraCore is open, extensible, and embeddable. Open in the sense all the fine-grained capabilities of our platform is now available for this developer persona. For example, connectivity. If you want to just use some of the data quality or wrangling functions, then you will be able to use them in a fine-grained manner within your own program without any context switching. Extensibility is more about providing the basically with InfraCore, your design time is always on a third-party system, but your runtime could be either on an Informatica managed runtime or on a third-party system. More often, your notebook instance where you're running this machine learning model may not have enough compute to process huge volume of data, in which case Informatica provides the extensibility to the compute environment using the power of InfraCore. And then embeddability, where you can also embed some of the both design time and runtime within the third-party application. So InfraCore is also integrated with the platforms like AWS SageMaker, Databricks, and etc. So it is kind of transparent. It can work in any development environment and with any programming languages. And the initial version we support the Python SDK for mostly data science communities. Next key innovation that we did in MLOps space is with Model Serve service. Basically, what Model Serve service is about, with one click, you will be able to operationalize any machine learning model. And Model Serve kind of provides you that single pane of glass where you can register any machine learning model into IDMC with a simple three-step wizard. And as soon as you have registered, then you can create various different deployment methods for different consuming application as you wish. Again, this can be done by just giving what is your compute requirements, what is the maximum number of compute it can use, and so on and so forth. So it can automatically and seamlessly scale up, scale down, and things like that. So all the difficulties of managing the deployments is taken away from the data science persona, and everything is being fully automated here. And Model Serve also provides rich monitoring capabilities, which further helps you to understand how these models are being consumed by your downstream application. Now let's look at some of the FinOps principle and how it helps enterprises to optimize on their cost and extract maximum value for their investment. Now let's understand what is FinOps. FinOps helps in understanding the financial implication at the each stage of the data management activities. FinOps is not just an operational framework, but it's kind of a cultural shift that brings technology, finance, and business together to drive financial accountability and accelerate business value creation through cloud transformation. Think of FinOps as more like a management practice that promotes the shared responsibility for organizations' cloud computing infrastructure and cost. The key pillars of FinOps is inform, optimize, and operate. All these three key pillars kind of work in tandem in order to derive maximum value for the investment that the team has done on the cloud and data. This slide kind of depicts all these steps that are involved in the FinOps lifecycle and how Informatica helps you to govern your cost to ensure that you derive maximum value out of your data. As you can see, Informatica has a lot of capabilities that are embedded within our IDMC platform. That kinds of puts FinOps principle right in front so that it ensures that you don't waste your resources, thereby saving or optimizing your return on investment. And all these FinOps capabilities, which Informatica as embedded in different steps. As you can see, a lot of them are powered by CLAIRE, which means we use AI ML technologies behind the scenes for you to automatically optimize the cost and ensure that we take your guidance on SLAs and other things, and then optimize the jobs so that it runs with maximum efficiency. So I'll double click some of the key capabilities that are embedded within our product that kinds of helps you to save cost, not just with respect to Informatica compute usage, but also overall the ecosystem cost that you may incur while executing the job. The first capability that I wanted to highlight is our advanced data integration, which has got the built-in cost performance optimization. So typically, any job that you create, you have two requirements, right? Whether you want to execute that job for optimized for cost, or you may want to execute that job optimized for performance in case if you have a fixed or a hard SLA to be met, right? So what advanced data integration offers you is that option out of the box where you can give your preference, and based on that, the CLAR engine, which is powered by AAML, kind of picks the right execution engine for you, whether be it the Elastic Spark processing or ELT engine, ecosystem ELT engine, where your complete business logic is being translated into native ecosystem commands in SQL and gets executed there, or the native ETL engine, right? So that way the user need not have to worry, what is best way of executing their job for their use case. All that they have to provide clear about their intent, whether they want it for cost optimized or performance optimized, and rest of all the things is being automatically taken care by CLAR. The next unique IDMC data integration capability, I wanted to double click on the Cloud ELT engine that we have, which is often referred to as advanced pushdown optimization. Essentially what it does is it kinds of takes your the data pipeline and then converts it into a native cloud ecosystem command or native cloud ecosystem SQL, and directly execute this entire business logic within your cloud ecosystem, which means that there is no egress cost and the performance is optimized, and we leverage your cloud ecosystem to the maximum extent. We just don't do just within the ecosystem, but we also do across the ecosystem. Like say, for example, if you have some of your data in AWS S3 and your for some other project you have your cloud data warehouse at Google BigQuery, you can use our cloud ELT engine, which can do even this cross ecosystem pushdown, not just a single ecosystem, not just within CDW in a form of a SQL, or between CDL and CDW in a form of ecosystem commands as well as SQL, but it can also do these cross ecosystem pushdown, which may be beneficial given a lot of the organizations are looking towards the hybrid multi-cloud, inter-cloud data integration pipelines. Here we will see how advanced serverless deployment helps you to optimize your cost and thereby giving you maximum return on investment to derive value out of data. As what we mean by advanced serverless deployment is that you don't have any servers or software to manage, and there is an inbuilt auto scaling and concurrency where you don't have to really pre-plan your resources and all of that. So everything is being automatically taken care by Informatica, and our CLAR engine automatically optimizes each of the job that gets executed in the advanced serverless mode to ensure that it takes only optimal resources. And also what it also means is when you start executing your jobs in the advanced serverless mode, you start incurring a lot of benefits, including maintenance. You don't have to maintain any kind of the infrastructure per se, and also all of these are kind of executed on demand, and it is also tenant isolated, which means it is 100% secure, and it has got a built-in high performance scalability infrastructure, so that you don't have to worry about provisioning them multiple times. So in summary, we saw different ops principles in the modern cloud data management world: data ops, ML ops, and FinOps, and what all these principles mean, and how it is useful for different enterprises, and how Informatica IDMC platform has got all of these embedded within the platform, so that it provides you the maximum value for your investment, and ensures that you exploit all the potential of the data of your businesses. Cool. Let's move on to Q&A. I saw a few questions that are coming in chat. So in the interest of time, we will answer a few of them, and then for rest of the questions, we will send you an email with the answers. So there is a question from Peter. He asked, can I orchestrate non-Informatica jobs running in different public clouds using IDMC along with a mapping task? Answer is, Peter, is we have introduced last year a capability called as integration ops task, which is available within a task flow, which allows you to orchestrate any third-party applications within IDMC alongside with your IDMC task, so that you don't have to use a different orchestration platform just for orchestration, right? So that feature is inbuilt within IDMC. There is another question from Anand. He says it's interesting that InfraCore helps in leveraging some nice capabilities within the Python program. Does it mean that the rules already developed can be reused by InfraCore? Answer is yes, Anand. So IDMC is the only pervasive platform where all the developers within an enterprise, be it a no-code developer or a coding persona, irrespective of whatever the programming language or IDE you use, all can collaborate and reuse the assets, so that you can have quick value from data. And it also means a lot of consistency and collaboration between the developers of your enterprise. So there is a question from Eric. It's an interesting question. He says, is data ops and some of the CLAR powered automation capabilities are separately licensed? If so, how much it will cost? So Eric, as I mentioned, these are embedded within the products. So what that means is, as soon as you start using some of the capabilities, these are available for you without any additional cost. So there is no separate license or a cost that is needed for using all of these automation capabilities when you're using IDMC. Awesome. So I think we are right on time. So like I said, for all the other questions, we will get back to you in an email. Cool. Thank you all. Thanks a lot for your time, and have a wonderful day ahead.